silence. Remember, photography and videoing is permitted in the gallery, on the viewing gallery, but nowhere else, please, not on poolside at all. And if you've got friends and family at home, this is being streamed on the Swim England East Midlands YouTube channel. So have a look at that and send that link home so that we can get as big an audience as possible. Final 10 seconds then, and then we'll hand over to our lead referee to get things underway. Referee, over to you. Event 101, the female 1500 meter freestyle, heat 1.
Take your marks.
Settle in then, Harvey Harridan, for this marathon of swimming this evening here on Halloween from the centre of Nottingham. Let's have a look at the swimmers in this first heat. Lane 1, Megan Blair of Colville. In lane number 2, from the city of Leicester, Nicola Mikalska. Nova Centurion in lane 3 and 4. Paige Bagshaw in lane 3 and Sasha Zeus in lane 4. Amy Walker of Worksop swims in lane number 5. The third Nova Centurion swimmer is in lane 6, and that's Molly Bradley. Bassett Laws, Isabel Rafferty in lane 7. And last but not least, the fourth Nova Centurion athlete is Olivia Tagg in lane 8. Coming up to the 100-meter mark then, and the early leader in lane number 4 is Sasha Zeus. That's a significant lead after the first 100 meters. Remember, it's very much in the 1500, not how you start, but definitely how you finish. So Sasha Zeus already with a 3-meter advantage over the rest of the field. Not much between the remaining 7 swimmers. If anything, Nicola Mikalska in lane 2 appears to be in second place currently, and then a raft of athletes vying for third spot. Megan Blair in 1, Paige Bagshaw in 3, Amy Walker in 5, and Isabel Rafferty in lane 7. Those 4 all neck and neck as they turn at the 150 mark. Sasha Zeus going from strength to strength in the early part of this first heat. Nicola Mikalska maintains her spot in second place. But all these athletes just finding their rhythm, finding the groove. In heat number 1. 52 lengths to go then of this short course pool for our leader. And Sasha Zeus looking remarkably strong. We'll have a little look at entry times as we get towards the latter part of the race. But Sasha Zeus of Nova Centurion continues to pull away from the field. Nicola Mikalska still in second in lane 2. Now coming into third place in her own right is Amy Walker in lane 5. Olivia Tagg out in lane 8, equally going well. Key characteristics to look out for then on these 1500-meter swimmers. You're looking for a very long arm pull, trying to pull as much water and be as efficient as you possibly can. Trying to conserve the energy in the legs as well. The majority of this event is all down to technique, upper body strength, keeping those legs to balance until you get to the latter stages of the race. And then you try and go to your legs a little bit more. But Sasha Zeus putting on a clinic here in heat number 1. Nicola Mikalska still in second place. Amy Walker of Worksop in lane 5 in third place. And Olivia Tagg still there or thereabouts as well. So Sasha Zeus with 5 meters to go until she completes her latest length down to the boom end of the pool. She's already opened up almost a 20-meter advantage over Nicola Mikowska in lane number 2. So Sasha Zeus turns with 44 lengths to go. I know she won't want me to hear her say that. Mikowska in lane 2. Seems to be pulling away ever so slightly from Amy Walker in lane 5, and Walker herself putting some distance between her and Olivia Tagg in lane 8. The rest of the swimmers, Megan Blair in 1, Paige Bagshaw in 3, Molly Bradley in 6, and Isabel Rafferty in 7. Still in touch, and indeed Isabel Rafferty looking to make a move in lane 7, trying to get on the shoulder of Olivia Tagg. But Sasha Zeus of Nova powering away, looks so fluid, so smooth. Easy for me to say from my position, but Sasha making this look effortless. And I can guarantee you it is anything but effortless. Let's have a look then how things are going a little bit further down the field. I mentioned that battle between Isabel Rafferty in 7 and Olivia Tagg in 8. And Isabel Rafferty is really putting Tagg under pressure. They both breathe, looking towards each other as they head towards the boom for their latest turn. Olivia Tagg still just with the advantage. Amy Walker trying to make a move herself on Nicola Mikowska, lanes 5 and 2 respectively. No doubt about our leader, though, as she comes to the scoreboard end for this latest time. 36 to go for Sasha Zeus. And I can tell you, definitely not from experience, but from speaking to 1,500-meter swimmers, when they get to the point where Sasha is now and they can see some of the other swimmers coming into their peripheral vision, they're about to lap them. It does give them a bit of a boost, so expect Sasha to keep going from strength to strength. Nicola Mikowska still in second place in lane 2. Amy Walker in lane 5, currently in 3rd. And Isabel Rafferty now finds herself ahead of the Nova swimmer Olivia Tagg. Rafferty of Bassett Law in lane 7, Tagg Nova in lane 8. Nice battle developing as well between Megan Blair in 1 and Paige Bagshaw in lane 3. So Sasha Zeus then picks off the first swimmer. Look at the battle between Mikowska in 2 and Walker in 5. Who's going to get the feet over first? It is Amy Walker, half a second ahead of Nicola Mikowska in second place. Isabel Rafferty turning with almost clear water now between her and Olivia Tagg in lane 8. And Blair and Bagshaw still battling in lanes 1 and 3 respectively. But right from the off, Sasha Zeus of Nova Centurion has taken this one out by the scruff of the neck, as Amy Walker continues her assault on second place, pulling away from Michalska in lane 2. So as Sasha Zeus turns with 28 to go, that is your order so far. Zeus in first place. Amy Walker in second place currently in lane 5. Third belongs to Nicola Michalska in lane 2. Fourth place, lane 7's Isabel Rafferty. Olivia Tagg in lane 8 in fifth. And then that battle between Megan Blair and Paige Bagshaw in lanes 1 and 3 completes the field. So Sasha Zeus now only has Nicola Michalska in lane 2 and Amy Walker in lane 5 until she's lapped the entire field. What a display this has been by the Nova athlete in lane number 4. Isabel Rafferty pulling away from Olivia Tagg. She'll have Nicola Michalska in her sights. Well, she won't have her in her sights from lane 7 to lane 2. There's no way she'll be able to see her, but she'll just keep going about her business, trying to reel back in the leaders. Amy Walker in 5, in outright second place now. So Zeus turns then, and she sees the number 22 on the lap counter. And she'll also see Nicola Michalska, who will be the latest swimmer who she picks off. And with that turn, Sasha Zeus just has one more swimmer to try and catch to have lapped the entire field. But a Herculean effort, not only from Sasha Zeus, but from all these athletes. Cannot tell you how demanding and unforgiving this 1500-meter event is. And you can see as Sasha Zeus turned there, her stroke rate increased to try and get on level terms with the final swimmer to lap. So Zeus in first, Walker second. Third place, Nicola Michalska. Isabel Rafferty has now put almost 10 meters between herself and Olivia Tagg. And Paige Bagshaw in lane number 3 is getting the better of the battle between her and Megan Blair. So at that last turn, Sasha Zeus was slightly behind Walker, but as they surfaced, Zeus does come up in front. So Sasha Zeus now has lapped the entire field in an incredible display on this first heat of these Swim England East Midlands Short Course Champs for 2025. .400 meters remaining then for Sasha Zeus. She turned and saw the 16 laps on the counter. And we'll soon start to have a look at her entry time and see how close to that she's going to be. She did come into this heat the fastest on paper, but by 6 seconds ahead of Amy Walker. Obviously, at the moment, there's a lot more than 6 seconds between Zeus and Amy Walker in second place. Sasha Zeus will have 300 meters to go when she hits the wall this time. Looking to try and get in front of some swimmers for the second time as well. Let's have a look at then the current standings as Zeus now with 275-ish meters to go, there or thereabouts. Zeus in first, Amy Walker in second in lane number 5. Nicola Mikowska in lane 2 is in third place currently. Isabel Rafferty taking control of fourth place in lane 7. Olivia Tagg in lane 8 in fifth. And then Paige Bagshaw and Megan Blair round out this heat number 1. So Zeus comes to the wall then with 200 to go. 8 lengths of this Harvey Hadding short course pool. 200 meters for Sasha Zeus. The rest of the positions still as you were. Walker in second. Mikowska in third. Fourth place, Rafferty of Bassett Law in lane 7. Olivia Tagg, Nova out in lane 8 in fifth. Paige Bagshaw in sixth and Megan Blair in 7th place. So let's start having a look at the time then. Sasha Zeus, her entry time was 18:30. 18:30.2. And when she comes to the wall at the scoreboard end this next time, she'll only have 100 meters to go. And even at the end of a 1,500 meter swim, remember 18:30. So she's basically got 2 minutes and 10 seconds to do 100 meters. And obviously she's going to do that easily. Let's just see how much time she can take off. Incredible swim from Sasha Zeus. Amy Walker turns second. Nicola Mikowska in third. But they're a couple of lengths behind. You'll see Sasha Zeus now possibly go to her legs a little bit more to try and eke as much speed out of these last 70 meters or so as she can. And Sasha Zeus will take the bell in heat number 1. She turns the clock 16:56. She could get inside 17:30. Can she come back in 15 seconds? Might be a bit of a shout, but nevertheless, it's going to be around about a minute off her entry time. It's going to be just outside 17:30, but nevertheless, remember, Sasha Zeus's entry time was 18 minutes 30, and she's going to stop the clock 59 seconds inside that. Incredible from Sasha Zeus of Nova Centurion. Next to take the bell will be Amy Walker in lane number 5. Amy Walker takes the bell. As does Nicola Mikowska. Amy Walker's time was 18:36. She still should be inside that time as well. So it's no mean feat to get inside your entry time as Isabel Rafferty herself in lane 7 takes the bell. Let's make some noise as Amy Walker comes into the final 10 meters. Remember, her entry time was 18:36. So 18:21, that's a significant margin as well. Bell for Olivia Tagg in lane 8 as lane number 2, Nicola Mikowska. 18:31 for Mikowska. And that's almost 30 seconds inside her entry time. She came in with an 18:58, so a brilliant swim for her as well. Isabel Rafferty finishes 4th, 18:43. 16 seconds inside her entry time. Some incredible swims. Olivia Tagg in lane 8 now. Really working hard inside the final 10 meters, as is Paige Bagshaw and Megan Blair. Olivia Tagg stops the clock. 19:03. And for Olivia Tagg, that's significantly inside her time as well. Paige Bagshaw with a 1906.
Take your marks.
And just before we put a bookmark in heat number 1, it's worth noticing and mentioning Olivia Tagg out in lane 8 was only called up an hour before that particular heat, so she didn't know she was going to be swimming that until an hour before, and she's just knocked off a significant amount of time. So big round of applause to all those swimmers, and in particular Olivia Tagg, as we move on to heat number 2. Here we go then. Let's look at the swimmers in heat 2. In lane number 1 from Grantham, it's Lucy Willets. Phoebe Benyon in lane 2 from Nova Centurion. In lane 3 from Corby, it's Philippa Cutmore. Nova Centurion again in lane 4 with Francesca Hallam-Stott. Grace Grindrod of Northampton in 5. City of Lincoln Pentaqua's Hannah Dodwell in lane number 6. Sarah Dew of Leicester Sharks swims in 7. And Northampton's Orna Lett in lane number 8. 100 meters down then. Well, no clear leaders after the first 100. Lane 1, Lucy Willets just got herself fractionally ahead. And in fact, after that turn, she's even further in front. So Lucy Willets in lane 1 for Grantham. Second place looks to be Sarah Dew out in lane 7 at this point, with Phoebe Benyon in 2, Philippa Cutmore in 3, and Francesca Hallam-Stott in 4, all battling out for third place, as is Orna Lett out in lane number 8. Notification of disqualification. Event 101, heat 1, lane 6 for a technical infraction. .200 down then, and Lucy Willets in control, but Sarah Dew not letting her go easily. And look at that, straight across the pool, lanes 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8, all pretty much neck and neck. And Hannah Dodwell in lane 6 as well, not a million miles behind, still easily in touch. They turn then at the scoreboard end. Lucy Willets continues to lead from Sarah Dew. Benyon, Cutmore, Hallam-Stott and Grindrod, along with Orna Lett, all neck and neck for third place at this stage. Oh, just trying to draw my breath from that swim from Sasha Zeus. 59-second PB on a 1,500 meters, knocking nearly a minute off. That's pretty incredible. Let's see how we're going in this one then. Lucy Willets in lane 1 and Sarah Dew in lane 7. And Sarah Dew now hits the front, looks very smooth, lovely long stroke, reaching out as far as she possibly can, keeping that hand close to the surface of the water to enable her to pull as much water with each stroke. Lovely turn, you can see the aerodynamics from head to toe as well. So beautiful streamlined position in the water, not just from Sarah Dew, but indeed all these athletes. Got to try and maximize efficiency over such a long distance. And that starts with body position and streamline. So Sarah Dew in lane 7 leads the way. Lucy Willett still hanging on to second, but going well in lanes 4 and 5 are Francesca Hallam-Stott of Nova and Grace Grindrod of Northampton. And just like that as well, look out to the far side in lane 8, because Orna Lett is there or thereabouts as well. These 5 away from the field. Phoebe Benyon and Philippa Cutmore battling hard in lanes 2 and 3 respectively as well. So when they come to the wall this time, they will have 1,000 meters to go, 500 down, 1/3 through the race. And Sarah Dew turns in 5:54. Orna Lett now finds herself in sole position of second place. But Francesca Hallam-Stott has got something to say about that as she pulls away from Grace Grindrod in lane 5. .950 meters remaining. Still Sarah Dew. Francesca Hallam-Stott now turns and surfaces in second place. Orna Lett of Northampton in lane 8 in third. Grace Grindrod still battling hard, as is Lucy Willits in lane 1. You'd imagine the winner coming from one of these 5. .600 down, 900 to go for Sarah Dew. I'll tell you what, it's easy for us up here just looking down there and thinking, well, this is a piece of cake. Just swim up and down, 60 lengths, 1,500 meters, nice and relaxing on a Friday night. Well, I can tell you from experience of being the dad of a 1,500 meter swimmer, is anything but comfortable, anything but relaxing. And the hours that these athletes put in, day out, to get themselves into physical condition to not only be able to swim 1,500 meters at pace, but also to be able to compete with the best in the region. What an accomplishment it is for all these athletes to have made it to this stage tonight here at Harvey Haddon Sports Village. .800 to go then at that last turn. So when Sarah Dew hits the scoreboard end this next time, she'll be exactly half distance. And Sarah Dew still going well, but Orna Lett out in lane 8. She's hanging on and she'll be able to see the splash from Sarah Dew's feet. And keep an eye on Francesca Hallam-Stott as well in lane number 4. These 3, particularly Orna Lett and Hallam-Stott, not out of this one by a long shot. Grace Grindrod there or thereabouts as well. Lucy Willits still going well in lane number 1, and that battle between Phoebe Benyon and Philippa Cutmore in lanes 2 and 3, just as fierce as ever. You can see Phoebe Benyon in lane 2 there, trying to get close to the lane rope to try and swim off the wave of Philippa Cutmore, trying to save a little bit of energy. So Philippa Cutmore there, you can see with the yellow hat from Corby. They're almost swimming on top of each other, in fact, trying to use each other as best they can to conserve energy. Let's get back to the top of the field. Sarah Dew in lane number 7. Ornelette in second in lane 8. Francesca Halmstott of Nova Centurion in lane 4, currently the 1, 2, 3 in heat number 2. Remember, we've got one more heat of this 1500 to come. Then we'll have a short break, and then 6 heats of the open male swimmers for their 800-meter freestyle. So starting off, the East Midlands Short Course 2025 champs with the engine room, the distance guys of the swimming world in the region. $600 to go then. .24 lengths, and Sarah Dew still looking in control, still looking smooth, but every length Ornelette is just chipping away out in lane 8. Halmstott still in contention in lane 4 as well, but Ornelette does seem to be trying to reel in the lead swimmer in lane number 7 from the Leicester Sharks. Can anybody make an impact on Sarah Dew's lead? Pretty much spaced out now, the field. Fastest qualifier on paper in this one is Francesca Halmstott, the only swimmer in this heat to go under 18 minutes. 20 to go then, 500 meters. We're at 2/3 race distance. 1,000 to go. Sorry, 1,000 gone, 500 to go. Ornelette continues to drive and work hard in her bid to try and get level with the leader, who's led right from the off. Sarah Dew of the Leicester Sharks in lane 7. Halmstott still in 3rd place in lane 4. 4th place is Northampton's Grace Grindrod in lane 5. And it looks like Philippa Cutmore has won the battle between lanes 2 and 3, and now she's got her sights set on Lucy Willits of Grantham in lane 1. So Sarah Dew turns for the scoreboard end once again. And when she hits that timing pad this time, she'll have 400 meters to go. Appears to be keeping Ornelette at bay at the moment, but have a look at the stroke rate between Ornelette in lane 8 and Sarah Dew in lane 7. Sarah Dew, a taller athlete. Ornelette having to increase that stroke rate a little bit more. You can see the difference between Sarah Dew, the amount of arm pull she takes compared to those of Ornelette. But it's working for Let. Francesca Halmstott is still not letting these two run away with it. She's only around about a meter away from Ornelette in lane 8. Grindrod in 5. And now Lucy Willits and Philippa Cutmore having a battle in lanes 1 and 3 respectively at the tail end of this second heat. .300 meters then for our leaders as they turn at the scoreboard end once again. And I tell you what, I think Ornelette is closing that gap. She's almost on the toes now of the Leicester Shark in lane number 7. Does she have enough distance left? Does she have enough energy left? Has Sarah Dew got another gear that she can go to hold off the challenge of Northampton's Ornelette? 10 to go then. Sarah Dew from Ornelette, from Francesca Hallam-Stott. They're the top three. Only separated by 5-ish seconds, which sounds like a lot, but there's still time. If one of these guys can find a burst, go to their legs. If they've timed this race to perfection, there's still time for this one to change. So they've just gone past the 200 to go mark. There's Sarah Dew from Ornelette, and Lett just hasn't been able to make inroads over these last 300 or 400 meters as she would have liked. 150 meters remaining then, 6 to go in heat number 2. Really nice turn that time from Sarah Dew, just to put a little bit more daylight between herself and Ornelette. Time to start looking at times again. So Sarah Dew comes in with an entry time of 18:21. And just like with Sasha Zeus, she's going to be well inside that. As this time there's 100 meters to go. And she's got around about a minute and a half. So you'd expect Sarah Dew to be inside that. 16:50.64. 2.3 seconds ahead of Ornelette in lane 8. Francesca Hallam-Stott in lane 4. Continuing to work hard. You can see that extra little bit of splash from the feet as well from most of these swimmers now. Final stages, they go to the legs a little bit more to support the arms and the upper body. So first to hear the bell in heat number 2 will be Sarah Dew of the Leicester Sharks. Ornelette will hear that sound as well, as will Francesca Hallam-Stott. 50 meters to go then. Sarah Dew's time was 18:21. And unless there's a disaster, I think Sarah Dew will get inside that time. Ornelette's entry time, 18:25. As the bells ring out across Harvey Haddon to signify the last 50. 5 meters to go then for Sarah Dew. She's going to take it just outside 18 minutes. But it is going to be a 20-second PB for Sarah Dew. Ornelette herself, that's a 36-second PB. In fact, my bad, read that wrong. 18:25 gives her a 22-second PB, but nevertheless, brilliant swim from Ornelette. Francesca Hallam-Stott comes in with an 18:05 as well. Just outside her entry time, but nevertheless a great swim. 4th goes to Lucy Willits. 5th, Philippa Cutmore. Let's make some noise, Harvey Haddon, to bring these last 2 swimmers in. Oh, when they've worked that hard, you can work harder than that. Big round of applause for all our Heat 2 athletes.
Take your marks.
Our final 1500 of the evening then. Let's have a look at the runners and riders in this one as lane number 4, Clara Guinness, off to a flyer for Repton. But Lana Webb in lane 1 for Northampton. Repton's Sana Lafalaire in lane 2. Evie Hans in 3 for Loughborough Uni. Already mentioned Repton's Clara Guinness in lane 4. Francesca Harrison, lane 5 for the City of Leicester. Northampton's Phoebe Adams in 6. Amy Louise Riach in lane 7 for Nova. And Bassett Law's Jennifer Walker swims in lane 8. Guinness then the early leader after the first 100. Remember, these heats are spearheaded, which for those of you not au fait with the swimming world, although I'm sure the majority of you are, being at an East Midlands regional event, the fastest swimmers are in lanes 4 and 5, and then it fans out respectively down to lane 1 and lane number 8 to form a spearhead, as you can see beautifully illustrated in the pool at the start of heat number 3. So Clara Guinness then of Repton, the early leader. Evie Hans, Francesca Harrison and Phoebe Adams, the next best at this stage. So the spearhead kind of beginning to alter. So Guinness continues to lead. Still nothing separating Evie Hans in 3, Francesca Harrison in 5. On to the leader. And Clara Guinness's entry time for this is 16:53. We've got a number of athletes in this one, all around the 17-minute mark. Francesca Harrison's entry time is 17:00.19. Evie Hans 17:07.1. Then Phoebe Adams on a 17:17.8. So these 4, as I mentioned earlier, with the way that the spearheading system works, these 4 in lanes 3, 4, 5, and 6, the fastest 4 athletes in this particular heat. So Clara Guinness leads, Francesca Harrison in 2nd, 3rd place Evie Hans, and 4th place is Phoebe Adams. And it's that order that they come into the race with in terms of their entry times as well. Guinness fastest on paper, Harrison 2nd fastest, Evie Hans 3rd fastest on the start sheet, and Phoebe Adams not a million miles behind, but 4th fastest. 44 laps to go then means they've completed 400 meters. And Clara Guinness going well, but I tell you what, Francesca Harrison there, he's working really hard to try and keep on the toes of the Repton swimmer in lane number 4. Phoebe Adams as well. She's not far off level with Evie Hans in lane 3. These guys well ahead of the competition. The next quickest is Jennifer Walker in lane 8 from Bassett Law. And a great battle between Lana Webb, Sana Lafallier, and Emily Reach in lane number 7. Clara Guinness then smooth as silk in the pool. Really high elbow lift. Just metronomic in her approach to this one as well. We mentioned it in the previous heats though. Look to see these guys try and keep those arms on the surface of the water as long as they possibly can. to maximize the reach and then maximize the amount of water they pull with each arm stroke. $900 to go for the leaders. Approaching the halfway mark. Well, in another 250 meters. So any movers then over the last 100 meters or so? Well, Guinness still in control at the front. Harrison still there or thereabouts, but maybe just slipping a little bit off the Repton swimmer who's leading. Phoebe Adams now is going to turn in third place to get those feet over fastest in lane number 6. Evie Hans now finds herself in 4th place. Jennifer Walker in 5th. 6th at the moment is Lana Webb in lane 1, and then Emily Riach and Sana Lafalier battling in lane 7 and 2 respectively. This is the time of the race where, as a spectator, you can kind of look away for a couple of minutes and then look back up and everything's changed. So keep your eyes focused, because you never quite know where that push is going to come from. Guinness turns ahead of the pack. Harrison in 2nd. Adams continues to stretch her lead over Evie Hans in that 3rd position in Heat 3. Walker still in 4th, Webb in 5th. Sorry, Walker in 5th and Webb in 6th. With Emily Riach in 7th place in lane 7, and Sana Lafalier still going very well in lane 2 as well. $650 then. They are past halfway. $650 remaining for Clara Guinness and Francesca Harrison, and soon to be Phoebe Adams as well. Evie Hans also sees $650 to go. Well, she actually sees 26 on the board, which equates to $650. And just like that, 100 meters has evaporated for Guinness. $550 to go. Clara Guinness turns with a 10:40.64. Harrison, 5.2 seconds adrift. Still a lot of swimming left, though, in this one. These swimmers will have different race strategies. Some will go out fast. Some will probably try and leave things a little bit later, leave a little bit of energy in the tank. So don't take your eyes off this one yet, because this could still go anyway. Two-thirds race distance completed then for Guinness and Harrison. 500 to go. Phoebe Adams remains in third place. Evie Hans in fourth. Jennifer Walker turns in lane 8 in fifth. Lana Webb still going very strong in lane number 1. Then Riak and Lefalia turning almost neck and neck. 10th of a second separating those two swimmers in lanes 5 and 2. Final 400 meters approaching then for Clara Guinness. Harrison ticks over for the same distance remaining. Phoebe Adams will see that 16 below the surface of the water as well. As will the rest of the swimmers the next time they hit the scoreboard end. Just a reminder, at the conclusion of this third heat, there will be a 15-minute break, comfort break for our officials. The pool can be used for a warm-up or cool-down during that time. So there will be a 15-minute break at the conclusion of this particular heat. And then we look to get racing started again as close to 8 o'clock as we possibly can. $300 remaining for Guinness. 300 for Harrison. Phoebe Adams in lane 6 will be the next swimmer to see that 12 on the board. Evie Hans coming in lane 3 as well. Guinness down to the final 250 now. Time to start looking at those entry times. I already mentioned right at the beginning, Clara Guinness comes in with a really impressive 16:53. Remember, a lot of these athletes won't have swum a short course 1500 since before last Christmas, as the short course season only runs up until Christmas each year. And they'll have done a lot of training in between that time, so you'd expect, all being well, them to be inside their entry times. 200 meters remaining for Guinness and Harrison then. And Guinness turns on a 14:40 with 200 to go. That's 2 minutes and 13 seconds she's got to do 200 meters. Guinness finds herself going past Evie Hans then, who currently is still in 4th place. So another great swim from Clara Guinness. Getting past the majority of the field. And this time she hits the wall, and we'll see 100 meters remaining. 4 lengths of this Harvey Haddon short course pool. 15:49. Remember, 16:53. So 1 minute 4 seconds to do 100. Doable, but a tough ask at the end of a 1500 meter. And Clara Guinness takes the bell. She turns with 16:24. So can she do 50 meters in around about 29 seconds? It's going to be tight. Phoebe Adams takes the bell in heat number 6, lane number 6. But keep your eye on the clock, just outside 16:53, but it's going to be under 17 minutes still for Clara Guinness. 16:58. Harrison comes in and stops the clock on a 17:03. And Francesca Harrison just outside her entry time as well, but nevertheless, a great swim for the athlete from the city of Leicester. Phoebe Adams is coming in like a train in lane number 6. And Adams stops the clock 17:24. So once again, just outside her entry time. But what a Herculean effort by all these athletes. Come on, Harvey Haddon, last chance to cheer for these 1,500 meter swimmers this evening. Show them your appreciation as they come into the wall. Lana Webb finishes with a 17:46. And with Sana Lafalliere finishing, that concludes the 1,500 meters.
Thanks, swimmers.
58, let's say. Okay, swimmers, just been advised by the timing suite. We've got 3 minutes left of this warm-up, please. We need to clear the pool at 7:55 so that we're on track to start again on time. So 2.5 minutes, please, remaining in this warm-up. Two more minutes, please. 2 more minutes for the warm-up. Thank you. Final minute, please, swimmers. Final minute. We need to clear that pool at 7:55. Okay, swimmers, if we can begin clearing the pool now, please. Can we begin clearing the pool? Okay, then we are just about set and ready to go for this second part of session 1. The open male 800-meter freestyle. 6 heats in total. Starting whenever we hear from our lead referee, Liz Sabin. Here we go then, event 102, the open male 800 meter freestyle, heat 1.
Take your marks.
So after the excitement of the 1500 then, we see the open male 800 freestyle. Twice as many heats, half the distance in each one. Swimmers in lane 1 is Noah Skinner from Deepings, Northampton in 2 and 3. Lewis Pell in 2 and Oscar Venn in 3. Lane 4 and 5 belong to Browncut with Tom Allen in 4 and James Sinclair in 5. Bradford's Jack Cooper goes in lane 6. Henry Willerton of Skegness in lane 7. And lane 8 is Eckington's Toby Banks. They come to the 100 meter mark then, and the early leader is James Sinclair in lane number 5. 700 to go. Lewis Pell of Northampton in lane 2. There you're leading 2 at this stage. Pell trying to keep up with James Sinclair in 5. And Noah Skinner, Oscar Venn, and Jack Cooper. Lanes 1, 3, and 6 respectively. They're in the mix as well, and don't count out Thomas Allen in lane number 4 either. Sinclair turns first then. "150 meters down. James Sinclair leads from Lewis Pell in lane 2, but Sinclair now has found another gear as they come toward the 200 meter mark. $600 to go at this turn then. And James Sinclair turns from Lewis Pell in second. Third place, Oscar Venn in lane 3. Noah Skinner in lane number 1, currently occupying 4th place. So into the wall comes James Sinclair. He's opened up nearly a 10-meter advantage over the next closest swimmer, Lewis Pell of Northampton in lane 2. His teammate Oscar Venn in lane 3, trying to cling onto the heels. Noah Skinner in 1, Thomas Allen in 4, and Jack Cooper in 6, vying for 4th spot at this stage. So James Sinclair really doing the business here in heat number 1, opening out more and more of an advantage with almost every arm pull. Lewis Pell in 2nd place, currently in lane 2 for Northampton. But Oscar Venn in lane number 3, Northampton in 2 and 3, and currently occupying 2nd and 3rd place as well. Thomas Allen in lane 4 is going to get his feet over before Noah Skinner in 1 and Jack Cooper in lane 6. Toby Banks out in lane 8 going well, as is Henry Willerton of Skegness in lane 7. So look at the advantage that James Sinclair has opened up in lane number 5. Lewis Pell can't shake Oscar Venn at the moment. So James Sinclair swimming as a 15-year-old. All the other swimmers in this heat are either 14 or 13. It's worth saying as well, obviously, these guys are all in the pool together, but they're not directly competing with each other. They're competing in their age groups. And you've got Henry Willerton in lane number 7 for Skegness competing as a 12-year-old. Oscar Venn and Thomas Allen and Jack Cooper all in the 13 years category. Noah Skinner, Lewis Pell, 14-year-olds. James Sinclair as a 15-year-old and Toby Banks is 16. So they'll all obviously be competing within their own age group. But obviously all coming with similar times, which is why they're in the same heat together. So Sinclair continues to go well, as do Pell and Venn. Lewis Pell's just trying to hold off the charge from his teammate in lane 3. $250 to go then in heat number 1. And as James Sinclair comes in this time, he will see the 200 mark. So 200 to go for James Sinclair. Final stages then of heat number 1. It's time to start looking at some of these entry times. So James Sinclair of Bramcote, his entry time is 10:05.6. And when Sinclair turns this time, he's going to have 100 meters remaining, 4 lengths. 100 meters. Henry Willerton going very well in lane number 7, gaining ground on Toby Banks out in lane 8. Lewis Pell looking like he's beginning to pull away from his teammate Oscar Venn in lane number 3 as well. But James Sinclair in lane 5 will hear the bell at this turn. 50 meters remaining. So have a look at the clock. 10:05 is his entry time, and Sinclair turns on an 8:52. He's going to have around about minute 13 to do the final 100. The bell sounds for Lewis Pell and Oscar Venn. And for Tom Allen in lane 4. Noah Skinner in 1. Here's that sweet sound as well. And into the wall. 9:26.85 for Sinclair. The entry time was 10:05. That's a 40-second PB. 9:26 now, so 39-second PB for Sinclair. Second in is Lewis Pell, 9:42. He's well inside his best as well. 10:18 for Lewis Pell was the entry time, and Oscar Venn finishes out the top 3. Come on, Harvey Haddon, make some noise for these final 2 swimmers. They need all your encouragement as they come in. Toby Banks in lane 8 and 12-year-old Henry Willerton in lane 7 with a fantastic performance. And that concludes heat number 1. Heat 2.
Take your marks.
What a great start to these 800-meter freestyles then for the open male contingent this evening. On we go to heat 2. Long Eaton's Ryan Bullock in lane number 1. Kieran Lucy, South Lincolnshire in 2. Arlo Gilson from Repton in lane 3. Lane 4 is Northampton's Riley Woodward. Harry Thomas, Derby Phoenix goes in 5. Lane 6, Oliver Horn from Corby. Loughborough's Seth Gardner in 7. And lane 8 belongs to Long Eaton's Sam Cooper. So 100 meters down then. Feet over first to Riley Woodward. In 4, Harry Thomas. Only 3/10 behind him. So the spearhead kind of working in this one in the early stages. Although fastest entry into this one is Riley Woodward in lane 4, 9:41.9. So Woodward leads from Thomas in lane 5. Gilson and Horn, lanes 3 and 6 respectively, side by side currently, albeit there are 2 lanes between them. Riley Woodward looking very, very good. 600 meters to go. A quarter of the event gone. So 550 to go, and Riley Woodward still leads, but there's been a change in second place as Oliver Horn puts himself into that second position in the heat, ahead of Arlo Gilson. Just as previously, we have a range of athletes from 14 years to 16 years in this particular heat. Arlo Gilson and Seth Gardner swimming in the 14 years category. Kieran Lucy as a 15-year-old, as is Harry Thomas in lane 5. And the remaining athletes all swim as 16 years. Riley Woodward then with a sizable advantage in heat number 2. Arlo Gilson of Repton looking strong in lane 3, as is Oliver Horn Corby in lane 6. So Riley Woodward then is past the halfway mark. 350 meters remaining for the leader in lane 4. Arlo Gilson maintaining second place from Oliver Horn in third. Fourth place currently is in lane 5, Harry Thomas. But the two orange hats of Long Eaton, Ryan Bullock in lane 1 and Sam Cooper in lane 8. They're not done yet in this one. $150 to go then for James Sinclair. Arlo Gilson with the same equation in front of him. He turns second. Oliver Horn in third place. And Kieran Lucy now in lane number 2 finds himself in fourth and going very well. And closing the gap on Oliver Thorne out in lane 6. So as James Sinclair comes to the wall this time, he will hear the bell indicating 50 meters, 2 lengths to go. And Riley Woodward of Northampton, 9:41.9 is his entry time, 9:41.9. So he's got basically a minute to do 25 meters. He's going to be well inside that, just outside 9 minutes, I would guess. But he's not going to be a million miles away, but an exceptional swim for Riley Woodward of Northampton. Look at that clock, 9:01.41. Entry time of 9:41. That's a 40-second PB on an 800 meter. Coming in second is going to be Arlo Gilson. 9:17 for Gilson. And Gilson himself knocks almost 30 seconds off his entry time. Third is Oliver Horn, 9:32.8. Oliver Horn almost 20 seconds inside his entry time as well. Some exceptional performances. Kieran Lucy in fourth place. Kieran Lucy had a 9:53 entry time and he clocks 9:35. And Sam Cooper looking thrilled with that as well, out in lane 8. Times dropping all over the pool. Make some noise for Seth Gardner, Harvey Haddon. On to heat number 3.
Take your marks.
So away we go again then. The third heat in these East Midland Short Course 2025 Championships. South Lincolnshire with William Veer in lane 1. Victor Bramley Howell, City of Leicester in 2. Nottingham Leander with Luke Dye in lane 3. Kai Alijazi of the City of Leicester in 4. Alijazi's teammates is in lane 5 in the shape of James Nightingale. Jack Hicks in 6 for Lincoln Vulcans. Elliot Ratcliffe of Etwall in 7. And Corby with Daniel Mustata in lane 8. So the early leaders in this one then coming from lane number 7, Elliot Ratcliffe. And he's dragging Daniel Mustata along with him in lane number 8. Ratcliffe turns ahead of Mustata. Elliot Ratcliffe of Etwall begins to put his foot down and pull away, but a beautiful turn there on the wall from Mustata of Corby in lane 8. Keeps him level with the waistband of the swimmer from Etwall. Third at the moment looks to be going the way of Jack Hicks of Lincoln Vulcans in lane 6. Well, probably one of the most competitive heats we've seen so far at this stage. Once again, a range of 14-year-olds to 16-year-olds in Heat 3. Kai Alijazi in lane 4 and Daniel Mustata in lane 8, both swimming as 14-year-olds. Elliot Ratcliffe, James Nightingale, and Victor Bramley Howell in the 15 years category. And William Veer, Luke Dye, and Jack Hicks swim as 16-year-olds. So still very, very close. So the City of Leicester athletes in lanes 4 and 5, Kai Alijazi and James Nightingale. They now find themselves leading the field. 350 meters remaining in heat number 3. $12 to go then, 300 meters remaining. And as much as Kai Alijazi and James Nightingale are going well in the center lanes, keep your eye on Victor Bramley Howell in lane 2. Fighting hammer and tooth to try and keep in touch with the leaders. So Kai Alijazi, lane 4, leading. And he is one of our 14-year-old athletes in the pool. So really putting the marker down at this stage. Next time they reach the scoreboard end, there will be 200 meters to go for our leaders. $150 to go then at the scoreboard end for Alijazi. And $150 to go for Nightingale as well. Victor Bramley Howell still there or thereabouts. But the two City of Leicester swimmers appear to be pulling away now. And indeed, Kai Alijazi has found another gear. And he's now got clear water between himself and his teammate in lane 5. Fourth place currently occupied by Jack Hicks in lane 6. Fifth is Daniel Mustata in 8. And William Veer in 1 and Elliot Ratcliffe in 7, battling for 6th spot. $100 to go then for our leaders. Time to start looking at those entry times. 9:23.3 for Alijazi. 9:23.3 for Nightingale. So both coming in almost identical. 0.31 for Kai Alijazi, 0.38 for James Nightingale. And they're going to be well inside, are they, as they come to the bell. They're going to have around about 40 seconds or so to do the final 100 meters. Sorry, yes, final 50 meters in 40 seconds. It's doable. It is definitely doable. 9:23.3 is the time they're trying to get inside. Jack Hicks takes the bell in lane 6, as does William Veer in lane 1. All swimmers now on their final 2 lengths. 9:23 is the magic time that Ali Jazi is trying to get inside, and he is going to get inside that. He's going to be around about 5 seconds inside that. 5 seconds, almost spot on. So Nightingale inside his time, Ali Jazi inside his time. Look at Victor Bramley Howe come out of nowhere. 9:23.42 for Bramley Howe. His PB, or his entry time, was 9:30.17. So again, these swimmers really maxing it out here today. As Luke Dye of Leander comes in for the final 15 meters. Come on, Harvey Haddin, this is where we need you. And Luke Dye completes heat number 3. Heat 4.
Take your marks.
So we've had 3 heats. We have 3 remaining here this evening on this Halloween edition of the East Midland Short Course 2025 Championship. Session 1. Runners and riders in heat number 4. James Lee of Derby Excel in lane 1. David Bilavsky in 2 for Northampton. Nova's Dante Palmer in lane 3. Noah Stevens in 4 for Ripley. Edward Gregory of Repton in lane 5. Derby Excel's Tyler Shaw in 6. George Howard of the City of Leicester in 7. And Louth's William Kite is in lane 8. 13-year-olds up to 17-year-olds in this one. Our early leader, lane 2, David Bilavsky, 16-year-old from Northampton. Second place currently, Edward Gregory of Repton in lane number 5. Noah Stevens of Ripley, third place in lane 4. These 3 well away from the field already. After 150 meters. Now, it's always the case, and it's very sad. The longer these distance events go on, the less and less people there are in the gallery cheering for people. So if you are, there you go. If you are still in the gallery, make some noise for these swimmers. Show your appreciation for their efforts, and not just their efforts in the pool here this evening, their efforts of all the early mornings, all the two-a-days, the grueling sessions in the gym that all these athletes have to put in to get themselves in contention for an event like this. David Bielawski still from Northampton, fractionally ahead of Edward Gregory of Repton in lane 5, and Gregory himself only just tipping Noah Stevens in lane number 4. George Howard going well for the City of Leicester in 7 as well, and he looks like he's upped his stroke rate already, trying to get back onto the coattails of the leaders. James Lee, Derby XL down in lane 1 as well, going well. So Bielawski continues to hold on. But a nice turn there from Ed Gregory of Repton. And he's breathing that way. He will just be able to see some sort of shape in the distance from lane 5 to lane 2 as he continues to try and put Bielawski under pressure. I mentioned about George Howard in lane 7, and look how he's come back into the mix. He's going to turn in 3rd place after a brilliant 50 meters from the swimmer from the City of Leicester. And if you look at the stroke rate, George Howard's stroke rate significantly higher, particularly than Edward Gregory, who he's tracking down every arm pull. But Gregory himself is still within touching distance of David Bielawski of Northampton in lane 2. They turn this way at the midway point, 400 meters remaining in heat number 4. Beautiful turn that time from the Northampton swimmer in lane 2, who extends his lead. Edward Gregory still going well, but George Howard has got the wind in his sails. Noah Stevens in lane 4 now, beginning to play catch-up on Edward Gregory in lane number 5. Gregory still holding off George Howard. And it looks like David Bielawski is pulling further and further ahead of the swimmer from Repton in lane 5. George Howard looks to have closed the gap again after that latest turn at the scoreboard end. Howard really good on the turns. Edward Gregory really good between the red markers of the 5 meter zones. So it's Bielawski in 1st place. It's Gregory, is it? No, George Howard gets his feet over first. 11/10 of a second ahead of Ed Gregory, but Gregory goes again off the wall. 4th place currently is Noah Stevens in lane 4. 5th place, Tyler Shaw of Derby XL in lane 6. Dante Palmer of Nova in lane 3. Oh, James Lee eluded my sight from my commentary position, because in fact, James Lee is ahead of Noah Stevens in lane 4, and James Lee is going to turn in 4th place. So James Lee of Derby XL going very, very well in lane number 1. George Howard now has gone past Edward Gregory. Can he maintain his advantage, or does Edward Gregory have another gear? Howard now with his eyes firmly set on David Bielawski. Bielawski in lane 2 is 16-year-old. George Howard in lane 7 swimming as a 13-year-old. So what a performance this is. Edward Gregory also in the 13 years category. They've just gone inside the 200 meter mark. When they get back to the scoreboard end, it'll be 150 to go for our leaders. Bielawski still in front. Howard still in second, but Edward Gregory appears to have found a second wind, and he's fighting hard. $125 meters to go of the 800. Bielawski turns first, Howard in second, Gregory in third. They're still under 8 minutes and they've only got 100 meters remaining. So Bielavsky turns on a 7:56 with 4 lengths to go. His entry time was 9:21. Ed Gregory now goes to his legs. You see that increase in splash from the feet, but also the arm stroke, the stroke rate has increased as well for Gregory, and he's not out of this yet. They come to the wall this time with 50 meters remaining. Who's got the sprint finish at the end of the 800? Bielavsky turns first. Second is George Howard. Third, Edward Gregory of Repton. Gregory coming back. Fourth to turn is James Lee. 30 meters remaining. Feet over first for Bielavsky, but George Howard is there or thereabouts. That is Edward Gregory. What a finish to heat number 4. It looks like from my position, David Bielavsky is going to hold on, but no. George Howard in lane 7 could get the touch. He does. 9:02.43 for the 13-year-old from the city of Leicester. And that's a 19-second PB, or inside his entry time at least for Howard. Timed that to perfection. Howard first, Bielavsky second, and Gregory in third place. Wow. Our penultimate heat is heat 5.
Take your marks.
Well, how do we beat that? What a heat by 13-year-old George Howard of the city of Leicester. But we move on to the next one, and this is heat 5. Deepings with James Cash in lane 1, Isaac Ebanks, Derby XL in 2, Nova's Joel Harvey in 3, Jack Smith of the city of Leicester in 4. Teammate of Smith is William Oxley in 5, Lorenzo Searland of Corby in 6, Long Eaton's Finley Bird in lane 7, and the City of Lincoln Pentaqua with Gareth Cox in lane 8. Oh, goodness me. Just shows age ain't nothing but a number. So 100 meters down, and the early leader is Finley Bird in lane number 7. Everybody turning within 2 seconds of each other after the first 100. $650 to go then, and we have a new leader. And that leader is Lorenzo Searland of Corby in lane number 6. Searland in 6. I think just got his legs over quicker than William Oxley in lane 5, but if he did, it was only just because the City of Leicester swimmer in lane 5, William Oxley, has just swum that last 50 meters like a man possessed. Appropriate for Halloween. And on we go again. 200 meters complete. Another 6 big ones to go. Look at the stroke difference. Really interesting if you analyze those 2 stroke techniques in lane 5 and 6. William Oxley, obviously a shorter athlete than Lorenzo Ciolan outside him. But what Oxley lacks in reach, he makes up for in stroke count. Also, when you've got a taller swimmer like Ciolan as well in lane number 6, it means that you can turn just that little bit earlier at the end of each length, which when you're swimming over an 800 meter and you're swimming 32 lengths, you're going to be effectively swimming significantly less distance because you're turning away from the wall that much sooner. But look at William Oxley. So Oxley currently leads from Ciolan. Third is Joel Harvey of Nova in lane 3. Lane 7, Finley Bird. He's currently occupying 4th place. But this is a titanic battle in lanes 5 and 6. William Oxley in 5, Lorenzo Ciolan in 6. Another good battle taking place between James Cash and Isaac Ebanks in lanes 1 and 2 respectively. And the swimmers in this heat range from 15 years old all the way to 36. So James Cash, Isaac Ebanks, Jack Smith, William Oxley, Lorenzo Ciolan, and Finley Bird, all swimming as 15-year-olds. Joel Harvey as a 16-year-old in this one. And Gareth Cox out in lane 8, swimming as a 36-year-old. And fair play to him. So let's get back to the head of the field. And William Oxley continues to lead. Ciolan right there, though. Joel Harvey may well be coming a move and coming back into contention with the leading 2. Finley Bird in lane 7, trying to hold on. And now there's a battle between James Cash, Isaac Ebanks, and Jack Smith, 1, 2, and 4, respectively. It's a nice race within a race down there in lanes 1, 2, and 4. So William Oxley then, 15-year-old from the city of Leicester. Lorenzo Ciolan, 15-year-old from Corby. Of course, these age groupings are at the end of the year, 31st of December. These guys will be those particular ages. They may be 15 now. One of them may be 14. Unfortunately, I'm not privy to that much detail. But nevertheless, for 2 swimmers in that age group category, they're putting on a display here in heat number 5. You can see there, illustrated with Oxley and Ciolan. They both turned at the same time, but Oxley was that much closer to the wall than Ciolan due to his height. Watch again this end. They'll both turn pretty much identically. And a nice turn once again from William Oxley to maintain his advantage. Ciolan still looks mercurial. Smooth, long stroke. Just butterfly kicking the legs almost every 2 or 3. William Oxley still working hard. Breathing away from Ciolan on that last length, and he'll turn now, and then he'll breathe to his left again and see exactly where Ciolan is. And he'll find that he's exactly where he left him this time last round down towards the boom. One more heat to go in this one then. Oxley and Searland, as you were. Searland now making that long reach count. With 100 meters to go, Lorenzo Searland has bided his time. And is he now going to find another gear in the final 100? William Oxley is not going away, though. Joel Harvey comfortably in third place now. And they both take the bell for the last 50 meters. Searland versus Oxley. It's been Oxley all the way through so far, but Searland now goes to an extra gear. His stroke rate increases. His leg kick also goes at an extra pace. 8:48.4 for into the final 10 meters. 8:53 was Searland's entry time. He's going to be well inside that, as is Oxley. Who's going to get the touch? It's just Lorenzo Searland by 0.2 of a second. Third place goes to Joel Harvey with an 8:49.96. Joel Harvey's entry time, 8:49, so right on his PB, on his entry time. And let's make some noise, Harvey Haddon, for Gareth Cox out in lane 8. Come on, bring him home. I know there's not many of us left in here. "25 meters remaining for the City of Lincoln Pentaqua athlete. In he comes then with 10 meters remaining. Gareth Cox of the City of Lincoln Pentaqua. Our final heat is heat 6.
Take your marks.
And away we go then for our final heat. Lane 1, City of Leicester's Freddie Burdett. Lane 2, birthday boy, Oliver Davis celebrates his 16th birthday today from the City of Leicester. In lane number 3, Nova Centurions, Daniel Walker. In lane 4, it's Eden Rowe of Northampton. Loughborough University's Luke Moore in lane 5. Jackson Crabb of the City of Leicester in lane 6. Sam Green from Bassett Law goes in 7. And lane 8 is Chesterfield's Carlos Sierra Villegas. So then, early leader in this one, Dan Walker in lane 3. Dan Walker comes in third fastest. Eden Rowe of Northampton and Luke Moore, Loughborough University, the two fastest on paper in lanes 4 and 5. Luke Moore, the 18-year-old from Loughborough University. Eden Rowe, 17-year-old from Northampton. Dan Walker swims in the 18-year-old category, but is currently 17. Jackson Crabb is a 14-year-old out in lane number 6. We've already mentioned Oliver Davis, his birthday today. He turns 16 today. Freddie Burdett swimming as a 15-year-old from the City of Leicester in lane 1. Sam Green is a 15-year-old in lane 7, and Carlos Sierra Villegas as a 17-year-old out in lane number 8. So Walker has gone out quite quick. Can he hold on from the challenge of Loughborough University's Luke Moore. These guys both in the 18-year-old category, but there'll be a school year difference between them at least. So Walker in first, Moore in second. Who's going to turn in third? I think it's Carlos Villegas out in lane number 8. Once again, we saw with Sealan and Oxley in the last heat, 2 different builds of athletes. We're seeing it similar here again. Luke Moore, the slightly taller athlete in the water. Dan Walker having to rely on a little bit more speed in terms of the stroke rate. He'll still try and keep as long as he can, but Luke Moore has that advantage. So 20 to go then, 500 meters left. And they're pretty much neck and neck, these two. Luke Moore from Loughborough University, Dan Walker from Nova Centurion, Carlos Villegas going well out in lane number 8 as well. And then the rest of the field pretty much neck and neck. Freddie Burdett in 1, Oliver Davis in 2. Lane 4 belongs to Eden Rowe. Lane 6, Jackson Crabb. And lane number 7, Sam Green of Bassett Law. Luke Moore looking very comfortable now. Has Daniel Walker gone out a little bit too early? And a really nice turn there from Luke Moore. Puts himself a little further in front. Interesting as well to watch these turns. Watch at the speed that Dan Walker gets his legs over. It's all these minor things. Luke Moore going very well. But the speed of the feet coming over. See that whip there at the end. But Luke Moore looking very, very strong now, going away from Walker, making that height count, making that slight age advantage count. And coming back well in lane 8 is Carlos Villegas. So when they turn this time, it'll be 14 to go. So 350 meters to go at the turn. Luke Moore comes in with an 8:25.8. Dan Walker's on an 8:30.6. Keep your eye on lane 8 though. Villegas going well, but also in lane 6, Jackson Crabb from the city of Leicester. And Jackson Crabb is only in the 14 years age group. So there's still some in this race. Luke Moore looks to have broken the back of this one. $300 to go. I tell you what, with 300 to go, I don't think that second place is particularly safe for Dan Walker. Particularly looking at the way that Jackson Crabb in lane 6 is coming back. He's already level with Carlos Villegas in lane 8. $250 to go at the turn this time. So I've just been reminded that this, in fact, obviously for these 15s and the 800s, there aren't any age groups, so it is a straight-out race after all that. So regardless of your age, which makes it even more impressive that Jackson Crabb in lane 6 seems to have found a gear. And that's the same all weekend, so no age group swimming. It is just open racing all weekend. 200 meters to go. So we think Luke Moore may have this one wrapped up. Can Dan Walker hold on to second place? Well, Jackson Crabb continues to come. He continues to fight. He's now ahead of Carlos Villegas. And with 150 to go, Luke Moore is going to end up being the regional 800 meter champion, barring a disaster. Who's going to take silver and bronze? Walker still has it by half a body length, but there are still 5 lengths to go. 100 meters remaining for Luke Moore. "100 meters for Walker, 100 meters for Crabb, 100 meters for Villegas." Who's got the back end endurance in this one? Luke Moore takes the bell. 50 meters to go for Luke Moore. Entry time for Moore, 8:25.8. Walker will hear the bell, as will Jackson Crabb. Which one of these two have got the best final 50? Walker definitely changes gear in those final few. There's only around about 3 meters between them as Luke Moore comes in, 8:22.3 for Moore. And that's 3 seconds inside his PB, inside his entry time. Can Walker hang on to take second place? Yes, he can. 8:34.8 for Walker. Jackson Crabb with a brilliant 8:35.7. Fourth place goes to Carlos Villegas. 5th to Freddie Burdett. 6th to Eden Rowe. Sam Green in 7th and Oliver Davis in 8th place. And that, Harvey Haddon, concludes our racing for this evening. Join us bright and early tomorrow morning for session number 2 of this East Midlands Regional Short Course 2025 Championships. Safe journey home, and we'll see you all in the morning.